This issue. Ariana Huffington is president and editor-in-chief of the AOL Huffington Post Media Group, and Dr. Gail Saltz is a psychiatrist and today contributor. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
What is the level of financial desperation that is causing these college women and, to some degree, a smaller degree, men, to make this decision?
Well, that's why we really promoted this story, Anne, because it puts flesh and blood on the statistics that we hear about every day, how kids graduate from college and they can't get jobs. 85% of them go back to live with their parents because they can't make ends meet, and they graduate with unprecedented loans. There is now at the moment $1 trillion in college loans that college kids owe. So just think of it. This is the American dream, right? You play by the rules, you work hard, you graduate from college. But we have an economy which does not make it possible for them to get a good job and pay their debts. So this is really an act of desperation.
Okay.
And we have hundreds of thousands of them. It's not just a small problem with a few thousand women who look for sugar daddies, who sell themselves, who basically take a step that ultimately is going to impact their whole life.
You're saying hundreds of thousands. What's the evidence for hundreds of thousands?
Well, at the moment, just on this one website, Seeking Arrangements, there are 245,000 women registered who have a college email address, .edu.
Is it possible for the people who get involved in this, the women and the men who are students, to not be negatively affected by this kind of relationship?
I think it's likely that they will. I mean, they're using defenses to try to say this is okay, or I am desperate, or it's what I have to do. But I think ultimately, because it may feel like an immoral act down the road, there's going to be guilt. And where there's guilt, there's often self-destructive behavior to punish oneself. So I think there will be that kind of fallout.
And in addition to the physical and the psychic risks they're taking, they also seem to not be getting paid sometimes very much.
No, the first story that Amanda Fairbanks, our education reporter, wrote about was an African-American student at Hunter College who went all the way to Greenwich to spend an afternoon and have sex with a wealthy man, at the end of which she got $350. And as she said, when she got back on the train to get home, she was racked with guilt.
Yes.
And confusion about what she had done. So my question as a culture and as parents, we all have college kids, and what are we doing about it?
Well, what are we doing about that, Gail?
I'll tell you what we need to be doing is, it's not just about the desperation and staying in touch with your child about what their needs might be, but if you're really teaching your child to be independent, you're also teaching them to have a moral compass. And this is frankly a lacking in that. I think it's a combination of desperation and a change in our moral fiber where girls are able to say to themselves, this is okay, when it's really not okay.
Dr. Gail Saltz and Ariana Huffington, obviously we have to do more to protect our children. Thank you so much.